Greyhound. This is an excellent movie. In fact, I was thinking that it is so good that it can be, it may be nominated for an Academy Awards if there will ever be one ceremony like that again. I'm thinking coronavirus and the postponement, which was announced a few weeks ago. Postponement for the Oscars that are meant to take place in 2021, and it's not February. I don't know when it is, but I think a few months later. So depending on how, when, and if they release new movies, we may see this as a strong candidate, Greyhound. We may see it anyway because it has an intrinsic value. It's not just saying, well, there will be a few movies this year. Some of them will be summer silly mega blockbusters, supposedly. Now with cinemas closed, opening, closing again, who knows what will happen? Who knows if there will be an audience to watch these? I mean, if we're here for long. No, I'm just macabre. And anyway, returning, Tom Hanks is the captain again of a ship again. This time he's not kidnapped by pirates, Somali or otherwise, near the Somalian waters anyway. So he's not Captain Phillips, but he is in charge of Greyhound. That's the hero of the movie, is the ship. It is part of the escort for convoys that were vital in World War II, bringing supplies from America to in Battle Britain. Britain has been standing alone against the Nazis. I'm sorry, if you remember, for quite a long time. That is until Pearl Harbor, and the Japanese determined the Americans to join in after their attack. So it was something like this, as they explain in the beginning of the very good motion picture. Ships were sailing from the US to Britain, escorted by American planes for as long as they could. But then, due to fuel shortages, I mean, they had to return. They couldn't at that time. They couldn't fly all the way through. This was the technology they had, and then they had to sail through an area which was called the Black Pitch, was it? Anyway, black something, black hole, no. Wherein the U-boats, the German submarines, acted more or less with impunity, or little to oppose them. Then again, they didn't have the advanced technology of this day, when they can detect they have guided missiles and so on. Well, they did have torpedoes, and that's part of the thrill of it, watching how they, each side, maneuver, trying to get around one another, and how much damage the Nazis, the fascists, the bad guys, of course, in that war, can inflict on the American and, let's call them, allied ships, even if technically they weren't really allies yet officially joining the war effort, but still getting vital supplies was essential to continue in the war. In fact, I was also watching a part of Capital, based on the Piketty book, which is such a hit, and He's taking part in the script, and he's interviewing parts of the movie. And they were speaking in terms of war and World War II and how much this was about production. At one stage, it was who will be able to master this side of the war. I mean, if you build the machinery, the tanks, the airplanes, the ships, and in good enough numbers so that you overcome the enemy, then you win. I mean, if and it makes sense. If you make 10 tanks to your enemy's 200, yes, you can maneuver. And it's also a question of quality, indeed. I mean, if you make 200 tanks, then they all get stuck in the mud or the sand in North Africa. It's clear they're useless. So returning, it's a wonderful story of role models. This is a wonderful man, the captain, again, Tom Hanks, who is also a fantastic human being, which is rare and exceptional to have somebody who's so talented, such a magic artist, and then also an extraordinary human being. Involved, kind. Now with the pandemic, he's generous. He's giving messages. He's been diagnosed, and now I think he's back on his full stamina, full top form again. But sharing his experience, telling people to be careful, and a wonderful man. Role model, superhero in this movie. I mean, one that really was there, not the cartoonish version. And a wonderful film.